Hi folks, I'm Alan Noak. I'm Assistant County Commissioner, Global Projects and Community Impact for Kent Scouts. I'm going to be heading up the Global World Challenge at KIJ, and just wanted to sort of update some of you who've been on board for a little while and say welcome to new members joining our team for the Global World Challenge. I'm going to probably be repeating myself for some of you, but I think it's important that we all sort of know what's happening. So let's just bring up the slides that maybe some of you have seen before, and to others of you, they'll be brand new. So let's put myself up here. So we've got a video that's gone out. It's a little 2-minute promo that I'll insert here and play now. Okay, so that's our little promo video, just gives you a slight overview of what we're all about. So our bases are all to do with the Sustainable Development Goals. These are the United Nations goals from 1 to 17. We've actually got 18 bases. Our 18th base is a shop, so we're going to be selling all sorts of different global related merchandise. This is the area that we're all going to be working in as a team. It's a nice big sort of aircraft hangar sized area. It actually works out that we're going to be expecting about 3,500 participants through within 4 days. So from the Monday to the Thursday, which I've sort of calculated works out we could potentially at any one time have up to about 25 people on each of the 18 bases. So we need an activity on the base or activities that's going to take around about 20 minutes. And we expect within the couple of hours that a group are with us, that they'll be able to complete about 6 bases, about half a dozen bases. So the sessions are going to run on the Monday to Thursday from 9 a.m. till midday, and in the afternoon 1:30 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. So we've got two 3-hour sessions a day. This is the way that we're going to lay the bases out. If I put on the little annotator here, you can see that this is where they're going to come through from the other exhibition hall. This is going to be our entrance. And we've got, if I move my video down, let's move my video over here. So we've got here coming in, there'll be base 1 all the way down to 9 down that side, 10 back to 17, and then the shop. So I'm going to be based around 17 and 18 most of the time during the week. So if you have any questions at all, you can come find me. And what we're going to do, we're going to allocate you to helping with one or more bases. So typically what you'll be doing is spending at least Monday, Tuesday on a base. If by Wednesday you want to have a bit of a change, then by all means we'll do some switching around and you get to try running another base. But I'm going to have an initial allocation so that people know what they're doing, and you'll be allocated to a base for the first day or so. As you can see, it works out that each base comes in about 8 meters by 10 meters, so it's quite big. And we're going to give each person a postcard. So as they arrive, they'll get a postcard, and on the back of the postcard, when they've completed your base, when you're satisfied that they've understood what your base is all about, and they've done maybe 1 or 2 of the activities on your base, then you can sign them off on the back of this postcard. So I'll have the person's name on here, and then they can get up to 6 or more signed off. They will earn a souvenir token. So the souvenir token is like an eco-friendly token. You can see here. I'll hold one up to the screen. So if you have a look, there you go. So they are sort of, they're quite solid. They're made out of potato peel. So they're actually an eco token made from the starch from potato peels. On there it's got the website for Scouts for SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. So we're going to have a big jar of those tokens. It allows us to track participation. Whoever earns a token will then be able to get a selfie, and they can show their token, and that enables them to get their selfie to prove that they've actually completed the Global World Challenge. Leaders of all the groups attending KIJ will also get one of these. It's a wooden USB stick, and on there we're going to have lots and lots of ideas and resources about using the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs, within Scouting. And there'll also be some of the activities that they've seen at KIJ. So very quickly, I'll go through the 18 bases. So number 1, No Poverty. That's going to be run by the charity Porchlight, or set up by them. And then we'll have other people helping them run it during the week. It's basically a celebration of cardboard. And for each of the bases, I've done a little plan. I'm not going to go into lots of detail on this now, but I'll send out the PDF so you can have a look at the particular base that you might be working on. But it tells you sort of what's on the base, how it's laid out, and we're going to separate each base with orange separator ribbon. Orange is basic theme color of the whole week for us. And then there's a kit list for each base. We're starting to do a little risk assessment of anything that's been identified for that base. On to base 2, and we've set that up around fair trade. And again, we've done a plan for that and a kit list and risk assessment for that. 3 is going to be Scouts Against Malaria. It's going to be making some mosquitoes. There'll be some demo malaria nets and lots of information. And again, we've set out how that's going to work. It's going to have a display board and questionnaire, and then there'll be the pipe cleaner mosquitoes activity happening on base 3, and kit list and risk assessment. My wife, Andrea, is going to be heading up base 4. And that's around quality education. And we've got lots of different international games. So there'll be sort of 9 or 10 games with activities for people to learn about quality education around the world. Then we've got Darcy setting up base 5, and that's very much around in promoting empowerment of women in technology. And she's going to be doing paper airplane. They're also looking at doing a Da Vinci bridge. So that's all set up on base 5, and we're just putting the kit list together for that. Megan is a networker from up in Morling district, and she's put together a water filtration activity. We're going to be learning about water filtration on base 6. Matt has put an activity together on base 7 that's all about affordable and clean energy, and he's going to be using a kit to actually generate a model wind turbine and doing some activities around that. Base 8 is going to be around youth employment, education and training, particularly looking at employment for young people from the streets in Kenya, where charity Harambee for Kenya, they're a scouting charity, work out in Kenya, and that's going to be base 8. Base 9 is all around advanced materials, and we've got a PC game called Materials Hunter that we're going to have a few computers set up for them to play that game, do some activities around that. Then we've got Save the Children coming in to help us work on reduced inequalities. So they're going to be looking at migration policies and actually how they work with refugees, etc. We've also got our suitcase activity that's going to be on that base. So that's base 10. Base 11 is all around different sustainable cities around the world. So we're looking at 5 different cities, comparing them on things like air pollution, how green the city is, and so on. So there'll also be some Lego construction kits to try and create the 5 cities in Lego. So that's that one. And then we've got Helen has put together an activity all around responsible consumption. She's looking at how items decompose. So it's around waste and plastic pollution. Lucy and I have been putting together stuff for activities on climate change. And so we're going to have some, we're going to try and build an igloo out of freeze pop wrappers that are supposedly single use, but we're going to try and give them a double use. And we're going to also be perhaps building some icebergs out of paper cups and so on. So that's all around Lucy. We're also going to have a huge signature roll so people can do graffiti about climate change. Lots going on there. On base 14, we've got our headsets. So these are going to be our virtual reality headsets, and you're going to be actually able to, in VR, go on an aquatic safari park, and there's sort of whales and dolphins and so on using VR headset. So that's going to be base 14. Base 15, we're going to have tangram, giant tangrams of a lion. We've got a giant lion cutout, and we're going to have a competition, see who can, using a stick and wearing the blanket of the Maasai people, who can jump the highest during the week, and maybe have some prizes for that. I think we've got some lions to give out for that. So that's Life on Land 15. 16, Alison and Matt have put together, they're going to be doing stuff around peace, maybe some peace cranes, building a peace memorial. And we've also got a VR headset there. You can have a look at the Anne Frank house, actually visit that in VR, which is quite exceptional experience. And that's 16. 17 is the partnership for the goals. I'm going to be heading up that base. Sort of pulling it all together. and recording people's ideas about how scouts can actually meaningfully help. And we've got a game on that base where you can actually learn about all the goals. So that's going to be base 17. So that's all the sustainable development goals. Then base 18, our final base, is going to be a shop. We're going to have our penguins for sale. We're going to have some malaria nets that people can buy for training. Harambee are going to have some of their Kenyan soapstone and products for sale, and then also we're going to have some of the Maasai jewelry and things for sale on that base. So that will be base 18. Talking of the Maasai, we're going to have some beadwork. We've got Chief Joseph and his wife coming from, especially over from Kenya, to run some sessions in a gazebo outside on beadwork, African beadwork. And then we believe we're also going to have another gazebo where you're going to be able to actually do some soapstone carving. So that's going to be run by Harambee for Kenya. And then the shelter box is now going to be moved to the village. So it was going to be with us, but we're actually going to put the static display for shelter box up in the village. So in the evenings from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock, you'll also be able to come along and you're going to be able to do, we've got all the VR headsets and we've got some great games like Beat Saber, Job Simulator, and you're going to be actually come along for 15-minute session on a VR headset set, and there will be a booking sheet for that open to all. And we've put the risk assessment together, etc. Now I'll also show you, I've got a spreadsheet of all our visitors here. We're not going to scroll across to people's personal contact information, but you can see here all of us that are down to help on the Global World Challenge area. I've given people an initial allocation, so I'll scroll through that slowly so you can see, hopefully spot your name and see that I've given you an initial allocation to one of the bases. Coming down, there you go. All the way down to base 17, 18, and then the gazebo. So obviously not everyone's there all week. So where possible, I've tried to record with a green one here, where I think people are going to be available. I want to get as many people there on the Saturday as we can to help with the initial setup of all the bases. So if you can get down on the Saturday, that'd be brilliant. Once you've sort of found your feet on site at KIJ, and you'd be free to go along to the opening ceremony and Saturday night, etc. Sunday will be our final prep day to get the bases all ready for Monday morning. So Saturday, if you can, come along and help. We'll get as much as we can done on Saturday, and then have a final day on Sunday just to set up a few more bits and make sure we're ready to open on Monday morning. And then Friday will be our takedown day. So if you're about on the Friday before people head home on the Saturday, it'd be really great if you can come along after we're closed. Final day is Thursday, but if you can come along at all on the Friday and help us pack up, that would be really helpful. We do have some Visi vests that I'm going to ask if you're on duty on the Global World Challenge area, if you could wear the Visi vests when you're on duty. I will be based, as I said, at 17 and 18. So most of the time you can find me there, and I'll have things like the Visi vests, etc. And if we can meet at base 18 on the Saturday, if people can get down there for about 10 o'clock in the morning, and from then onwards we'll be setting up for the rest of the day, and then have a break for the opening ceremony on the Saturday night. So welcome, as I say, to people joining the team. That was a quick overview and update for you guys, and just a reminder really for the others that have already seen some of this stuff, of what we're going to be doing. We do also have, I'll see if I can show it now. We do also have our huge wall. That's it's a social media wall, and that has started already. So I'm going to show that. There you go. And you can see there, it's going to scroll through and it's going to update, and it will pick up anybody who is on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag KIJ SDGs. So on that, using that hashtag there, it will pick up anybody who's tweeting about what's happening. So if you want to promote stuff that's happening on your base, or you have something fun happen, or you want to do a quick little video or photo, then you can put it on social media with that hashtag, and it should pop up on the wall. And we're going to have this on a big screen, so that you can see what's happening all the time, and people can follow what we're doing. So that's the social media wall. So I hope you're going to enjoy helping out on the Global World Challenge. As I say, any questions at all at any time, there is no such thing as a stupid question. Just ask, and I will do my best to help you find the answer. And I look forward to working with you at KIJ. It's going to be fun.